What's up, everyone? Nitro here, back yet with yet another video. Today I'm going to be doing a video review on the Borderlands Mobile game made by Zynga. Zynga, it's in the App Store on the iOS only, I think actually US iOS only, since 2 weeks ago. It randomly appeared on the App Store. When I mean randomly appeared on the App Store, it's not even made by Gearbox. Like, it wasn't even advertised by Gearbox. It wasn't promoted by Gearbox. It's not even on Gearbox's Twitter. Like, anything where you would think a announcement of a new Borderlands game should have or could have possibly have shown up and, displayed that, it was never announced. It was never there. It just randomly showed up on the iOS store, like it was just a random new product. Like, you had to go to the developer's page to actually find this game, like this uncut gem. And I'd say uncut gem because you'll see later on in the game, it's not that bad of a mobile game. But yeah, just randomly displayed on the iOS US only app store. It's not available on Android yet. I'd say yet because the developers, Zynga, does have plans to bring this game to Android. So we don't know when that's going to happen. Again, like I said, this game has been out only on the mobile devices for about 2 weeks, maybe sometimes, maybe give or take almost 3 weeks now. And yeah, so again, we don't know when they're going to bring it to devices. We don't know when they're going to be bringing it to tablets. I mean, you can play on iPad, and what I've known about the iPad version is the game doesn't recognize that it's being played on iPad. It seems like it's recognized for only smaller devices like phones. But, yeah, it still does work on iPad nonetheless. You just gotta do some torques and some quirks around. Speaking about this game, though, it's very fascinating because it's not a bad game whatsoever for mobile standards. It is a game based in the Borderlands 3 universe. Sometimes, maybe after, it definitely takes place towards after Borderlands 3. I think in the middle of Borderlands 3, Borderlands 4, or maybe pre-sequel to Borderlands 3. Wherever it takes place, it does take place definitely in Borderlands 3 because you can see that there's assets and bosses taken from Borderlands 3 imported into this mobile game. Now, granted, that's not a bad thing, but do remember that is a thing. Now, the gameplay, like I said, it's really fun. It's fluid. It's fast paced. The missions only take 3 to 4 minutes per mission, which is pretty fast, in my opinion. But yeah, if you see on the screen right here, we got challenges. There's weekly, daily, monthly challenges, and you complete these certain objectives in the game to get rewards, to open up boxes and loot crates and yada yada and all that kind of stuff. This game does also have a fully functional battle pass with the premium tier that you can't even buy yet, but they do advertise the premium tier as an ultimate tier. Here, like I said, there's loot boxes and stuff, and there is this Vaughn adventure. These are just random tiny game modes and stuff that you can do inside the ship. The Borderlands 3 ship does return in some regards. Speaking about game modes, there is Tower Terror, Circle of Slaughter, Cyclelands. Now, these are all game modes that I have currently locked right now. I see there's a bounty mode, there's a raid boss, there's faction wars. The fact that there is a raid boss in a mobile game kind of surprises me, but at the same time, there is another mobile game made, not by Bungie, but it's made by NetEase, but it uses Bungie's IP. Destiny Rising is a mobile game that also has raid bosses in it. Now, speaking of Tower of Terror, this is like the first floor of Tower of Terror, and I think there's like 20 floors. I might be wrong. It might go above 20. I stopped around floor 6. But yeah, this is the Tower of Terror. You go up floors. Think about like floors from a fighting game like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or Marvel versus Capcom. Heck, even in WWE 2K20 series, they have towers in the My Faction game mode. By the way, the My Faction game mode is complete ass. But yeah, the fact that this game just randomly came out on like a random Tuesday a couple weeks ago, and it has all these, gameplay abilities and game modes that we have been asking for in the Borderlands community, which is quite impressive for me. The fact that they haven't put these game modes in Borderlands 4, yet alone that these game modes were a thing back in older Borderlands. Like the Circle of Slaughter, or I guess Slaughterhouse game mode, came out in Borderlands 2. I think Circle of Slaughter was the official name in Borderlands 3, so it's basically just a straight rip off of that game mode. But even though it was a thing in Borderlands 3, like I said, Borderlands 2 is basically the same thing as Slaughterhouse. It just has more maps and more variety. But yeah, it has all these game modes and all these things, which is very impressive. There is different Vault Hunters, but right now there's only one Vault Hunter to play as, which is the Siren. The Siren really doesn't have much special abilities besides summoning a skag of your own, which is an ability that I completely forgot majority of the time, because when I play my mobile games, I use a Backbone 1. I use the mobile controller add-on. I don't like touchscreen controls, so half the time I forgot my skag ability was a thing. I decided to, press my screen to use my skag companion, which, I mean, again, it's just a companion that has some health and then eventually dies. But again, the fact that that skag companion is there is a nice thing, in my opinion. As you can see, there is Hamlock on the screen, and while you go throughout the game, you'll find various Borderlands members. You got Tannis, you had Tiny Tina, you got Hammerlock. That's basically the main variety and function of this game, is going around this mobile ported universe of Borderlands 3 to find the lost crew members and fill up the ship. And again, when I say this is the port for Borderlands 3, one thing that I did not care about Borderlands 3 that it doesn't make it in this game is the fact that the map in Borderlands 3 is god-awful. Like I said, there is loot chests and loot crates in this game, and as you can see, here's what they look like on screen right now. But yeah, that's my first look at the Borderlands mobile game. Again, I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was pretty fun to play, and overall, it's not bad for what we have. It's definitely still very early development, I would say beta now because it's completely out. You can download it, but maybe alpha because the fact that it's not promoted. You had to go to the page and download it straight from the page on the developer app store. But once you download it, it's fully fledged out and playable. There's game modes, there's raid bosses, there's a scrap system where you can scrap your weapons and all that kind of stuff. And there is a lot of stuff here to this mobile game, which again really impresses me, seeing that it's restricted to only the US and also restricted to only Apple devices. I would assume iPhone 15 up, but I might be wrong. But I think iPhone 15 is when the AAA mobile games actually start working on your mobile devices. But yeah, again, that's my first quick look and first impressions of the Borderlands mobile game. Tell me what you think down in the comments below, and leave a like and comment on this video. Are you a big, massive Borderlands fan just like me? If so, download the game, give it a try, and see ya.